Alright, for this half of the video, I'm going to go through 1 through 5 just to kind of give you folks a chance to work through the problems with me if you are still unsure about how to proceed. And this part have everything to do with the conversion of metric units from the same type of units, for example, milliliter to liter. And that part is going to be requiring a single conversion factor due to the fact that it is the same type of units, and it is also a single prefix one, so milli in this case, converting to the one that's without the base unit. This case is one conversion factor away, so we're going to start with that. So for question number 1, what you will need to do is take the 35 milliliter and always put it over 1. The reason why we put it over 1, because any number divided by 1 is going to be itself still. The reason why that is mathematically speaking, anytime you divide it by 1 or multiply by 1, the number does not change. It's simply itself, because essentially dividing itself by itself, and therefore it's going to be 1. The second part is identifying the correct conversion unit. In this case, milliliter to liter, you'll want to make sure you have the correct unit on the bottom in order to cancel it out. So in this case, it should be some kind of milliliter on the bottom, and then get to the target one on the top. The reason why that is that it gives us a chance to see what kind of conversion unit that you get, because if it's on the top and in the numerator, as well as in the bottom in the denominator, it allows us to cross them out. Once you cross them out, you will be able to get to the final unit, which is, in this case, liters. In this problem, it should be about 1,000 milliliter to 1 liter, and that is the relationship between milli, because milli means 1,000th, and therefore it is actually 1,000th. See here, 1,000th, and therefore it's just 35 divided by 1,000, which will be about 0.035 liters. Okay, and that is how you should be able to proceed to the next part. So next part is 950 grams, and you should be able to write out the rest of the equation, because this case it is grams to kilograms, so kilograms here is the only one that has a prefix in front of it, and that is the desired unit in this case. And what you should be able to convert it to is using a conversion factor that contains both grams and kilograms. The relationship between grams and kilograms is 1,000 to 1. So it's again 1,000 grams to 1 kilogram, which as a result, you can cancel out the grams, and you should be able to get the kilograms at the end, and the number should be 950 divided by 1,000, which should give you about 0.95. Problem number 3 is going to be a little bit more challenging due to the fact that it does have a millimeter as well as centimeter. So those are two different units with two different prefixes, and as a result you will have to do a 2-step conversion before you can get to the final answer. In this case, you will start off with the 275 milliliter, and that will start us off with the first one. I'm going to draw out the rest. So the reason why I draw out the rest is so that we can kind of see where things should go. So in order to get from millimeter to centimeter, you will have to go through millimeter to meter, and then from meter to centimeter. The reason why we need to do this 2 steps is to kind of go from one of the prefixed units as well to the other prefix unit. You have to cross through the base unit. In this case, meters would be the base unit. So if you have 275 millimeter over 1, you then have to figure out what is the relationship between milli and the regular unit. In this case, that would be 100. No, actually it's 1,000. 1,000 millimeter. So it would be 1,000 millimeter equals 1 meter, And then 1 meter to centi is 100. Centi is 100. Century is 100. So therefore, that would be the total combination. So 275 divided by 1,000 times 100, which should give you roughly around 27.5 centimeter. That should be the end result.